Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm ABC 17 Sports Director Austin Kim. It's been a wild 2 weeks for the University of Missouri. It was capped off by Gary Pinkel's surprising announcement he will step away from the sidelines after this season. That will end a remarkable 15-year run at Missouri. Pinkel says he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma back in May. He will remain as head coach through December 31st or until the university hires a new coach. When it's all said and done, Pinkel will leave MU as the school's winningest head coach. On Monday, Pinkel said the thing he'll miss the most are his players.
Thank you for all your support.
The most important thing is my players. In Toledo and here at Mizzou. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss their interaction, being around them, scolding them when I had to scold them, and hugging them and touching them every day. And that's what I'm going to miss the most.
Well, speaking of his players, it's going to be more emotional than usual on Senior Day. Tomorrow night will mark the last home game for Coach Pinkel. ABC 17's Andrew Compton spoke with several current players this week. They all share their memories of Coach Pinkel, and they are also making one last request for Coach.
Mizzou football coach Gary Pinkel has impacted lots of people throughout the Mizzou community, but none quite feel the connection like his players. It's hard to believe after 15 seasons, Coach Gary Pinkel will walk out of the tunnel at Faurot Field just one more time.
The first time that I got to run out and how I just had goosebumps and chills, and if I feel that way, imagine how Coach Pinkel really feels.
For some players, it still hasn't sunk in that Coach Pinkel won't be at Mizzou come next year.
I was kind of trying to imagine what it would be like without Coach Pinkel, and you know what, I don't know.
Because as good as Pinkel's been at the X's and O's, he's always been much more.
He's just not a football coach, but he's a father figure for everybody here.
Nothing you could have ever told me during a game or before a game or after a game, it will ever amount to what he's taught me as it applies to life off the field.
So now it's time for the players to, in a way, repay their beloved coach.
When you have a family member, a father figure in your life that is dwindling down to his last game, you want to play as best as you possibly can.
So we was fighting at first, but now things are more serious than it was at first, and we know we got to finish strong for Coach Pinkel now.
Because senior night won't just be for the players.
I mean, it's really his senior send-off.
So now begs the question, will Pinkel join his players and take a rock off the M behind the north end zone? Senior quarterback Kenny Dennis told me he'll ask Coach Pinkel to take one with the seniors. Senior kicker Andrew Baggett told me Pinkel should just take all the rocks. Personally, I think it would be a perfect ending to an incredible career at Mizzou. Austin.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew. Here are some of Gary Pinkel's lesser-known accomplishments. He helped lead the Kent State Golden Flashes with Alabama head coach Nick Saban and NFL Hall of Famer Jack Lambert to the school's only conference title in 1972. Most notably, Pinkel has sent 32 players to the NFL, with 7 being selected in the first round. MU only sent 12 players to the first round in the previous 60 years. He has also posted 10 winning seasons in his 15-year stint with the Tigers, with a chance at an 11th. Now, we can't possibly get to every moment from the last 15 years, but we did break up the Gary Pinkel era in 3 segments, which you will see in this special. Now, our first segment focuses on 2001 through 2006. It highlights the progress at MU, but there were still shortcomings. Here's a recap of Gary Pinkel's first 6 years at Mizzou.
That our new head football coach, Gary Pinkel. Gary?
The Gary Pinkel era started November 30th, 2000. Mizzou was coming off a 3-8 season, and the program needed rejuvenation after decades of suffering. Pinkel's first game was nothing short of a mess. His debut ended with a 20-13 loss to Bowling Green.
I just don't like to lose. It's very, very difficult. But you know what? I'm a big boy.
The Tigers finished 4-7, but Mizzou would show promise in the next 2 seasons. The Tigers were able to improve on their win totals in 2002 and 2003. You can thank a little-known recruit named Brad Smith. He turned into a star quarterback immediately in his first game against Illinois. Mizzou went 8-5 in 03, including a signature win over number 10 Nebraska, ending a 24-game losing streak to the Huskers. The Tigers also made their first bowl since 1998, which ended with a loss to Arkansas